Whether you're a teen, in your 20s, or a fully grown adult, deciding how you and why you should live your life comes with immense pressure. As kids, we were all told by our parents, by our teachers, and Barbie that we could be anything we wanted. But now we're older, and no one tells us exactly what to want anymore, except for money. And while money is great to have to pay for things like food, housing, and games you still won't own, you only need direction in order to lead a life worth living. But that's arguably harder to get. I mean, how could it not be? After spending all of our childhood learning what we should and shouldn't do to live a good life, acting on what we want out of life seems way too complicated and risky. I mean, it's only natural to search for a simple solution to help fix all of that difficult mumbo jumbo. But when you start to search for the answer, you end up getting commanded like a dog, exposed to narcissist playbooks, or you fall down the never stop grinding and you're worthless if you're not productive pipeline. Finding the cure to an aimless life because of this is getting harder than ever. And because of that, we're getting sadder than ever. But you're in luck. Because as it turns out, finding a purpose in life is actually really easy. And I'll explain it today. Okay, so you feel lost in life and chances are you're not happy. I mean, that makes sense. The two go hand in hand. The first assumption most people have when they're thinking of this is, well, it's only after I can accomplish my dreams and become the person I always wanted to be that I can finally be happy. And on the surface, I guess that line of thinking makes sense. You know, there are things you need to do in order to produce the desired specific result. That's a logical line of thinking. But there's only one issue. That puts your happiness after everything else. And it's just like saying I can't be happy until I'm blank. And from looking at that blank, I'm sure you already know what you want to fill it with. I can't be happy until I'm fit. I can't be happy until I'm financially secure. I can't be happy until I'm able to take this YouTube thing seriously. Now, I mean, that last one was a shoo-in, but you get what I mean. If we treat our happiness like a goal, we end up just prioritizing our sadness. Because until we hit that goal, we've decided we're not allowed to feel good at all. And how are you supposed to find your way in life if you think the key to being happy is being sad first? You can't. So here's the fix to that. Happiness is gratitude, while sadness is needfulness. Just by being grateful, you can decide to be happy. Now, don't get me wrong, I know this sounds dumb, and I know it sounds a little insulting too. But I'm not telling you to just be happy. I'm saying just start experimenting with being grateful. You know, most people wake up stressed out and think, I need money, I need to get my life together, I need a jar-sized Sydney Sweeney. But they rarely wake up and think, I'm glad I'm breathing today, and I'm grateful for a normal-sized Sydney Sweeney. This even works for stuff you might consider to be the bare minimum in your day-to-day life. I'm glad I took out the trash today. I'm glad I took that shower. I'm glad I even considered going to the gym. And the more you practice gratitude, the more you interrupt the needful thoughts making you sad. You'll start realizing that happiness isn't a goal to achieve at the end of your life, it's a skill to develop throughout it. Now we got a little pep in our step, and we're down to try out what we've been putting off. Let's say you're, I don't know, working on a video to upload to YouTube. You open up your laptop, ready to start the project, when the goblin in your head tries to convince you not to. It says shit like, what if I mess it up? What if it sucks? What if these Sydney Sweeney jokes aren't funny? You're so married to the desired result that you'd rather not do the thing at all if doing it means the outcome won't follow your exact vision. This happens to a lot of people a lot of the time. It's why we procrastinate on assignments and give up our passion projects. It's why we only end up doing the stuff we need to do when the deadline looms over us. This is all part of the performance mindset. If the outcome isn't amazing, it feels like all the work we put in was meaningless. And the automatic response then becomes, then why start at all? The good news is this isn't laziness, it's just dysfunctional perfectionism. And it can all be fixed pretty easily. See Chad Thundercock right here? He has abs of iron, nerves of steel, and other metal-themed attributes. But Mr. Thundercock started off blubbery. And when he started, he certainly wasn't doing one-handed Siberian Death Mountain push-ups. He started small, and he slowly added on more to his plate. He wasn't expecting to be Mr. Thundercock. He was just showing up to do what he could when he could. The performance mindset treats effort as risk, while the growth mindset treats effort as progress. Here's another way to explain it. If you're a Souls game fan, or if you beat Elden Ring, after your first death to a boss, did you just quit the game forever? Fuck no, you respawned and tried again dozens, maybe even hundreds of times because you knew with each death you were getting closer to winning. And eventually, you won. The growth mindset gives you permission to be bad at something because it sees failure as a part of the process, not a reflection of your worth. And we already know out of the performance mindset and the growth mindset which one is better. But how do you adopt that growth mindset? Well, look at it this way. If you've been working towards your goal and it has dissuaded you because the thought of it reminds you of how you failed in the past, it makes you think about how you can fail again in the future, then start to write out all the things you need to do to complete that project. I'm talking step by step. Then focus on one or do part of a step that you know for a fact you can guarantee you'll do it 100% each day you plan to. And there really is no limit to how far you can dumb a step down in order to ensure that you'll do it. You can even make sub steps if full steps seem way too big at first. And as you get better at that process, the cool part is your perspective will naturally shift. You'll realize how to be aware of your progress, your advances, and your hangups. You might be happier that you're able to consistently shower, but maybe your end goal is flawless skin. So, since you got showering down pat, which is step one, work on step two. Incorporate a skincare routine. And if you find that part is maddeningly boring, you can romanticize it. Listen to your favorite music while you do it, or watch Netflix, something that you already enjoy doing. If you pair up a habit that you want to adopt with a habit that you already enjoy, it will make the habit you're trying to learn that much easier and that much more permanent. And it's not that you're incapable. You need to remember this during the process, that it is just a skill that you need to progress. You need to build up that muscle of working up to it consistently. Once you're focused more on the process than the end goal, you'll feel more content in general. You'll realize that you're actually moving towards something real. And you'll be grateful not just for what you have, but for what you've built and where you're going. And that's really all there is to it. If you like some reading material that I based off of making this video, I recommend Atomic Habits. That is a great book. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck is a good one as well. And any of the Captain Underpants books. Really compelling prose there.